Hi, today I want to talk to you about, do you need a business mentor or a business coach? It's a question that I've been getting asked as I've been talking a lot about business coaching. I'm talking about being the mortgage broker coach. I have a coach. Mentoring and coaching, in my opinion, are two completely different things. So let's tackle what is a coach and what is a mentor. So a mentor to me is someone who has got the knowledge that you ultimately want to get. There's someone who's got the skill, the expertise, have perhaps had a career in the job or the path that you want to follow. And it's something that you can not copy them, but you can learn directly from what they've been through, what they've learned, what they've gone through, the trials and the tribulations that they've had. And they can impart that knowledge on you and give you specific advice in relation to it. A mentor is somebody, in my opinion, who can build your confidence. Who's ultimately you're aspiring to perhaps be like them and who you look to for advice. Now that could be, one of the major mentors I've got in my life is my father. Growing up, watching him in being a self-employed individual, watching him now or looking at how he fathered me and how I'm fathering my children, I would consider myself a mentor to my children, and I'm helping them and educating them and building their confidence. And I'm focusing really on their development and their personal development to make them better. And I'm sure your children look to you for advice in the same way that mine do to me. And you're then giving them hints, tips. And this is where the lines become a little bit blurred between mentoring and coaching. Because in some of the advice that I'm giving to my children, it does become a bit coach-like. But when you think about a coach and what you want to do with a coach, they're there to look at your goals and to help you improve your performance. I think about the coaches that I had. I always think of a coach as somebody who is in sport. You look at any of the world's top athletes, you look at any of the world's top sports people, teams, they have a coach. Somebody who looks at their nutrition, looks at their training, looks at their methods, and ultimately improves those over a period of time. They're focused on the goal and the outcome that you want to achieve. They're looking to improve certain areas, maybe even by a small margin, but they're looking to improve those small areas, and ultimately that's going to give you massive growth. And it's all about helping you to, for a coach, for me, the reason why I have a coach is to stay focused. I need to focus. I have so many different ideas as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, and I'm constantly thinking about different things, that sitting down with somebody like a coach who can help to define those and focus those and overcome challenges that I'm having in my business is very different to the relationship that I have with my dad as my mentor. So the difference I think between a mentor and a coach is a mentor is there really as someone who guides you along your path based on the experience that they've been through. Somebody who is a coach is there getting in the nitty-gritty with you regularly. They're looking at your performance. They're looking at what you want to achieve. They're focusing on your vision and your goals. And they're there to make you improve your performance, whether it's fitness, whether it's profit, whether it's cash flow, whether it's sales, marketing, whatever it might well be. And I think, when I think about the last 3 years, I've had mentors and I've had coaches, although some of them have said they were coaches, they've actually been mentors because they've mentored me in a certain area, specifically like marketing. Now, I've seen a lot of this stuff online about being able to get a mentor for free. And I really don't think you can get a mentor for free. I've seen in the last 3 years people who say that if you follow the person that you want to follow, and if you give loads of value to them, and if you help them and do lots for them, that in turn, at some point, it's going to come back to you. But it's very rare in this day and age that you can get that many things for free. Information is freely available online and on the internet 24/7, 365. And a mentor might be somebody who's in their 70s like my dad, but he still works a 4-day week because he's a business owner and he's busy. You know, he mentors me as his son, but he's not going to have time to really sit down and mentor and work with somebody and help and advise and give them personal development. Now, there may be some in the world or in the UK that do that, but I am yet to find anyone who is willing to mentor me without some sort of cash, some sort of money, some sort of payment. And, but that's just my personal opinion based on my personal experience. I myself prefer to have a coach. Now, when I've thought about why would you want to have a coach, or why would you potentially want to look at a mentor, there's so many different reasons. You know, as I've said focus already is one of the major reasons why I have them. But in working with a mentor and working with a coach, there's a few things that I think you need to perhaps factor in. And one, you need to understand massively what you want to achieve. What is it you are looking to gain by working with that individual? Is it knowledge in a particular area? And I've had what I thought was a marketing coach, but actually she was a marketing mentor because she was imparting her knowledge on me. She wasn't holding my hand to make sure that it was done, but she was giving me the knowledge that I now have and helping me to get to my goal quicker because she was sharing that knowledge. So do they have the skill set that you're ultimately looking for? Number two is, do they have the network? You know, being involved with somebody who is a mentor to you. For example, Daniel Priestley I would consider as a mentor, but I have paid to do his course. But someone like that has a very wide network. You know, lots of big business owners have a really, really wide network and a vast amount of contacts that could help and excel your business. You know, think of Dragon's Den as even a better example. Loads of people go on to Dragon's Den with their amazing business ideas because the Dragons have access not only to skills, not only to knowledge, not only to money, but also to the network. Who can they open doors for that you wouldn't be able to open doors for yourself? That doesn't mean that they're going to be coaching you on a consistent daily basis. A mentor is somebody who is going to help you get progression by giving you that knowledge much, much quicker. And what they're going to do is be able to give you the feedback much, much quicker in relation to how you're progressing. And, you know, a firm belief I have from NLP is that there is no failure, there is only feedback. And as soon as people start to understand that, you're going to get faster and quicker growth and more results. But I think the progression and the feedback is something that I get consistently from my business coach. You know, when we sit down and we look at what we agreed I was going to do last month and where I'm at this month and what I want to do on the next month, he's looking at the Facebook ads. He's looking at the questions that I'm asking. He's asking me how I'm doing in terms of the goals and what I want to achieve across this month, the next 12 months and last month. You know, so there is a massive crossover in progression and feedback from a mentor and from a coach. I think a coach is more in line to my next point, which is accountability. A mentor is going to give you the knowledge, they're going to give you their experience and their skills, but they're not necessarily going to give you the accountability that you need to be able to get the growth, to need to overcome procrastination, to need to take action and get things done, where a business coach is actually going to sit down with you and look at what you want to achieve and make sure that they hold you accountable for it. If you set 3 or 5 tasks that you're going to do in the next 2 weeks or next month, your coach is there to make sure that that happens. In the same way for sports people, a coach will design a workout routine and it's within the goal of becoming the world's number one at 100 meters. And there'll be steps along the way that they're making sure that you're staying in tune with to make sure that you are accountable to achieve your goals. It's your goals that you're setting for yourself. And that is why a coach is going to help you to achieve your goals. A coach and a mentor can help you solve problems. Now, again, I think a coach would be probably coming into your business and going into those problems with you, where a mentor is really just going to answer the problems that you might have and help you to come up with some solutions and give you their experience and their knowledge. And ultimately, that's going to help you to get results faster, and you're not going to make the same mistakes that that person has in their past. So working with somebody, whether it be a coach or a mentor, is ultimately going to help you to solve problems and get faster results. And who doesn't want faster results? Personal development. I think this is one area that's definitely mentor focused. You know, we all started out as kids, we all looked up to somebody, and we all were mentored by somebody or generally we were mentored by somebody in our growing up. And that has formed our personal development. And that's formed our personalities and our characteristics and our values. That's not something that a coach is really going to do for you, because a coach is there to help you move forward. You know, if they're constantly assessing things that are wrong in your past, that becomes personal development. So I think that's where a mentor is going to be different to a coach. Either way, they're both going to be supportive. You know, someone who's going to hold your hand through the difficult times, who's going to push you when you needed to be pushed, is more of a coach's job. But they're there to support you. They're there to help you push yourself to the ultimate limit. They're there to hold your hand through each month, through each challenge, through each objection that you come up against, all in a bid to getting faster results. That is why I believe the main reason you would have a mentor or have a coach, whether it's you want to improve a skill set or whether you want to make another £100,000, you have a coach or a mentor to help you to do that. Now, that's all the pros and all the positives as to why you would have a coach or a mentor. And I really racked my brain to try and think of some negatives around having coaches and mentors. And I think because of the fact that I spent 2006, I went self-employed, and I didn't have a coach or a mentor realistically until 2016, so almost 10 years. Now, I had what I now realise was mentors as managers in previous jobs. Sales managers are often mentors. They can also be a coach when they sit down and they look at your numbers and look at your figures and your targets and everything else. But some of the points I've experienced over the last 3 years in having mentors and coaches is that sometimes they have been a waste of money. And that is really where you need to look at their CV. Sometimes on face value, you will probably recognize this on social media. Things through this little screen appear way better than they are in other people's lives. I'm sure there's people that you observe that you think are sitting on the top of the mountain, when in actual fact, behind the scenes, there's not really a great deal of experience, substance, or knowledge behind them, but they're able to sell the dream through this little screen very, very well. And that can relate to wasting a shitload of money on someone who actually doesn't have the knowledge, makes wrong decisions, doesn't help you to make better decisions, doesn't problem solve, hold you accountable, keep you focused, get you faster results. So you need to make sure that you choose and you spend some time getting to know the right mentors and the right coaches for you. It's not something that you can just speak to one person and expect that they're going to be the person who overcomes your challenges and everything straight away for you. I think one of the other things that you have to look at when it comes to coaching, or one of the negatives, is it could take a long time to get a return on your investment. And coaching can be cheap, but you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, or it can be expensive. But why are you paying a billionaire if you're not a millionaire yet? You know, you only need to be working with somebody who's perhaps 3 to 5, maybe 7 steps ahead of you, so that you can learn from their experience and you can grow and you can get better. But what you've got to think is, I know a couple of people who have had coaches and actually haven't had any increase in their turnover, their profit at all in the space of 12 months. Now, if they're helping you to improve your systems and your processes in your business, those systems and processes should be better, that they have some sort of monetary return and improvement on your business. Now, it can take a long time to get a return on your investment. I've been working with my coach, Adam Stott, now for 6 months, I think, maybe even 5. And to me, he verges between mentor and coach in a big, big way. Not only is he building his business, he has run a £42 million a year car dealership with over 100 staff in 4 different sites. He's now a very experienced public speaker. He's running events on a consistent weekly basis to audiences of 75 to 100. He's training them on things that he knows absolutely inside out. And what he's achieving are things that I want to achieve. So I'm being mentored in some of those areas. But equally, he's coaching me to hold me accountable to make sure that I'm continuing to grow, help my staff, improve the business, make better sales, make more money, build a better business. So I've kind of found somebody, which took me 2.5, 2 3/4 years to find the right individual to help me to my next stage of business. But I'm not seeing the full financial return yet on that investment, because with any investment, whether you have to go and buy 100 leads for your business, you've got to wait until you get 4 times the return. And that's exactly the stage that I'm at working with Adam, is I'm investing in him, knowing that it's going to get me faster results and knowing that I'm going to get to where I want to be. And without a shadow of a doubt, the return on investment is going to be 4, 5, 6 times what he is actually going to end up costing. So it can take a long time to get a return on your investment, and you have to make sure that you factor that in. I think I've already said it as well, one of the downsides can be a lack of experience. I think, particularly in a mentor side of things and a coaching side of things, if you want a business coach, make sure that they've run a damn business. There are too many people out there who have read a coaching book. In the same way that me being in property circles for my mortgage business, there are so many people who have been on a property course, bought one buy-to-let or one HMO, and are now teaching people how to go and build or buy or get HMOs and buy-to-lets. Come on. You need to have put in the graft. You need to have put in the years. You need to have peaks and troughs. You know, in my 12 years that I've been a business owner, actually it might be 13, I've had a team of 12. I've let a friend buy in. I've bought a friend out of my business. I've had management. I've had advisors. I've had different systems. I've had processes. I've moved offices twice. I've had 3 different systems in my business. I've had employed staff. I've had self-employed staff. I've managed cash flow. You know, I've looked at bookkeepers, accountants. I understand how to read accounts. I'm doing it on a daily basis for my clients. So there isn't... And now I understand marketing and branding and how to generate leads online for free. You know, but I've had the mentors and the coaches to get that knowledge. So I'm now only, would I ever, from an integrity point of view, coach or mentor somebody on an area that I feel confident in and that I have actually done and proven that I can do. And I think there's too many people in social media world who have no previous experience or a lack of experience and think that reading a book makes them an expert. So they're really the only negatives that I can come up against. I think one of the major things that you are going to need when it comes to having, whether it be a mentor or whether it be a coach, you need to have massive amounts of rapport. You need to get on with their style. You know, I'm quite a direct individual, so I couldn't have a coach or a mentor who waffled or who said things in 100 words when actually they could be said in 15, 20, 30 words. I need somebody who's direct, who's going to tell me how it is and who's going to be a bit military with me, because that is how I am majority of the time. Now I can adapt to my clients. I've got mortgage clients who are first time buyers and need their hand held and need a little bit more love and attention and a care and my arm holding around them, and I do that all the time. I've got no problem in doing that. But it's not about, it's for you as a coach or as a mentor or someone who's on the receiving end, in the same way as that's what my clients need, I have to provide that for them. You are the client of a coach and a mentor. So you need to make sure that their style suits you. So if you need somebody who's direct, then you need a coach or a mentor who can be direct, because not everybody can. If you need a coach or a mentor who's going to be a little bit more fluffy with you and hold your hand a bit more and walk with you through the journey and keep you more accountable. Some people don't need any accountability. You write them a list, they go and do it and they get it done. But you need to make sure that whatever you're looking for, that coach or mentor is going to be able to give you and supply you. And that is going to come by building massive amounts of rapport. You need to get on with this person. They're going to be a major influence on your life, particularly if they're a mentor, when they're looking at not only your business circumstances, perhaps some personal circumstances as well. But you need to have huge amounts of rapport with that individual. So to kind of summarize everything in terms of mentoring and coaching, I think the question to really ask yourself is, do you want a coach or do you want a mentor? Where are you at presently in your life or in your business? If you need help personally in an area of your personal life, then maybe you need a life coach, but you could probably benefit more from having a mentor who's going to be able to impart some skills, some knowledge, like my father did on me growing up and still does now at 37 in points of my life, because he's got 40 years worth of experience that I don't have yet. If you need a coach, somebody who's going to hold you accountable, share their knowledge, share their expertise, help you get to faster results, make sure that you set tasks, you set goals, and you push to overcome those in the shortest possible time, then that is a coach who's really going to do that for you. And if, for example, you're a mortgage advisor and you're a one-man band at the moment and you want to grow a four-man team, then you could work with somebody like me who's had a team of 12, has been a sole trader, and has that skill set of being able to be a mentor and a coach. If you're building a coaching business, or if you're in the fitness industry, you could have the balance of coach and mentor. A coach doesn't necessarily need to have experience in your industry to hold you accountable and to help achieve your goals. My personal view on that fact is they should. So whether you want a coach or whether you want a mentor, is it just knowledge, understanding, improvement, more advice, quicker learning? Get a mentor. If it's coaching, getting faster results, making more money, getting more profit, getting more done, being held accountable, someone who's going to chase you, someone who's going to want to get faster results and be a little bit engrossed in it with you, then you need a coach. And it doesn't matter if they're in your industry, but if you want the best sweet sauce, or sweet spot, should I say, if you want the sweet spot, you want to get somebody who's in your industry with the skills and knowledge, or doing what you want to do, and have them as your coach. And where do you find those kind of individuals? Well, networking events, watch them online, find them, just look at somebody who's doing the things that you want to do, reach out to them, befriend them, go on their courses, pay for their courses. When I was with Adam, now I'm coached by Adam, I spent 6 months being part of his training group before I actually started to pay him the big bucks of working one-on-one. So have they got a coaching program that you can go through, or have they got an online program that you can do, or is there something basically that they sell that you want to do that you can buy that's going to get you closer access to them and put you on their radar? That is really what you want to do. So I hope that helps in terms of what the difference between a mentor and a coach is. Personally, you need a bit of both, but if it's making money, if it's getting faster results, then definitely go down the coaching route. I would love to know what you think. Hit me up, let me know, and ask me any questions you wish, and I'll be sure to do some more lives to give you some more inspiration, education, and knowledge.